tool. It's what? It's a software tool. Okay, it's software tool which will give what? This ORM tool is nothing but using this software or using this tool, we can easily create some frameworks. Okay. So we are telling it is what the Hibernate is comes under the ORM tool. Like I can say in other words also, using OR like Hibernate is a ORM tool. Why they are telling Hibernate is a ORM tool? Why they are telling Hibernate is a ORM tool actually? Because guys, in the yesterday concept I already told you that whenever we are writing, so we have to store my data to my database. It's always in a data form or it's in a value form. We are storing a value to my database. Is it a object? No, not at all. It's not a object form. We are not storing. We are not storing the data in the database in a object form. In which way we have stored? We have stored in a data like some value. It may be int data type. It may be begin data type. It may be string data type. It may be collect. Sorry, what is that? Something called as character data type. Like this we have stored, but we have not stored the database. We have not stored the data in the database in a form of object till now. But this hibernate tool, why they are telling it is it's a ORM tool, guys. It's there is something called as one concept is there. That's why it is there. They're telling it is a ORM tool, because the ORM will provides this ORM tool will provides some mechanism. Okay, the ORM tools will provide some mechanism. Okay, where you need not to write some query. You need not to take only the values. Okay, only the values and put it inside the database. You need not to worry about all these things. You need not to manually do all these things. Who will take care about all this responsibility? Who will take? The Hibernate tool will take. He is just telling, hey boss, you need not to worry about this thing. Okay, how can you create the table? How can I create the column? All these things I will take care about it. Okay, so as you know, as a developer, as you already know the concept of something called as ops, you should always consistent to that topic. That means what? In object oriented programming structure, whatever the model, whatever the pillars you have already learned from the code Java, you only have to stick to that. You need not to worry about how to create the table, how to alter the table, how to delete the table, how to create the column, how many column I have to create, what are the data types of the column. You need not to worry about this thing. I am here. I will take all the responsibility for building all these things. So that's why guys, here in by using Hibernate, we will not make use of any single data, and we will not write one manual data to our database. We will not write any query. We will not. I have not shared yet. Patience. Okay, don't, like, whenever I'm talking, whenever I'm teaching something, okay, don't at that particular time don't stop me. Okay, first of all, listen whatever I'm telling you guys. It's very very important. Done. So this thing is what guys, something called, when you want to do all these things, like how to create the table, all these things, you might have always thinking about, if some thousand of tables I have to create, so how many time it will take? Yes or no? You might have think about it. Yes or no? Yes. But whenever we are moving from the JDBC to the Hibernate will do all this bullshit for us. You need not to worry about this thing. Okay. So what is ORM, guys? If I'll tell you what is ORM, just write the definition of the ORM. So what it will provide you also, write the definition of the ORM, guys. Everyone. So write the question first of all. Why hibernate is called as why hibernate is called as yes, Radha, tell me. Why hibernate is called as I have not shared yet, ma. Why you are worrying about that? When it required, I will share. Okay. Right now, no use. Whatever I'm asking you right now, just write it. Okay. Yes. Why Hibernate is called as ORM framework. Why Hibernate is called as ORM framework. Question written, everyone. They will ask you these questions also. They will ask you this question. Write the answer. Write the answer. ORM provides ORM provides the mechanism. The ORM provides the mechanism in such a way that I have not shared the screen. I am just asking you to write. Okay. Just write whatever I'm telling you, just write. I am not writing anywhere. Okay. First question, listen the question, write the answer. Okay. So why Hibernate is called as ORM framework? Because the ORM provides the mechanism in such a way that written everyone, it will store the data, or it will map the data. It will map the data. It will map the data in the relational database. In the relational database, you already know about that there are different types of databases are there. DBMS is there, something called as relational database management system, something called as yes. So we are right now we are making use of like MySQL or this PostgreSQL. All these things are comes under relational database management system. Okay. So what I told you guys. So ORM framework provides the mechanism in such a way that we can map the data to the relational database in the form of a object in the form of a object in the form of a object instead of writing Instead of writing SQL queries, instead of writing SQL queries, manually mapping the objects. Manually mapping the objects means we are not directly storing the object. What I am doing, we are taking the object, we are getting all the data from the object, and we are putting inside the database. Okay, that is nothing but a manually storing of data object. Okay, right that. Instead of writing SQL queries, and manually mapping the objects to the database and manually mapping the objects to the database, the ORM framework automates the process. The ORM framework automates the process automates the process by providing by providing a set of tools by providing a set of API and tools, whatever you write it. some APIs and tools. Everyone done? Got the question answer? Everyone? What is ORM framework? Why the Hibernate is called as a ORM framework? Everyone got it or not? Yes, very good. Right now, let us move to the next concept of everyone got the idea about the why it is why we are making it why we are telling it as a ORM framework guys. Everyone got it? Very good. Next thing is what? Sometimes some things. Just just a second, guys. Just a second. Yes. Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible to everyone, guys? Fine. So something called as guys, you already known about the what is ORM first of all. So ORM, there are so many ORM tools are there. Okay, there are so many ORM tools, not only Hibernate. If you want, let me show you something called as. Okay, just a second. Let me show you. See, guys, I'm sharing my screen. See, is it visible to everyone? Is it visible to everyone, guys? Fine. See. So there is not only one ORM tools is present. For the Java, we are only using one ORM tools. This is not like that. There are so many ORM tools are there. What are the so many ORM tools? Let me show you. See. From source across the web, there is something called as Hibernate, MyBetis, something called as Apache OpenJPA, JPA Persistent API, Eclipse Link, Top Link, IVTs, SQL, something called as JOQ object oriented. So many things like there are three more rows are there also. See SQL objects. So many. These tools are mainly used for, on the JDBC. Based on the JDBC, they are not using all these tools are using JDBC, but they are making the developers work easy is whatever Hibernate is doing the same way all these tools are doing the same thing. Okay, so these many tools are there, you can make use of anything. It's not about only the Hibernate, but I can say Hibernate is the most interactive tool. Okay, that you use, that's why you are making use of the Hibernate, because Hibernate is very popular guys. Okay, Hibernate is very popular. Fine. Hibernate is very popular. Okay, that's why we are making use of the Hibernate, and that is very user friendly also. Okay, Hibernate is very user friendly. That's why we are making use of the Hibernate tool. Got it? Got it, everyone? Got it right now? Everyone got it or not? Tell me. Everyone got it? Yes. So next thing. What is the next thing, guys? So tell me, let us repeat some previous things. Let us repeat some previous things. What are the previous things that we have already learned? So some things are where we are there is something called as like JDBC is there. and there is something called as DB is there. DB means data, like database. Okay, sir, you told me, everyone, for everyone, I told you what, sir? Sir, that if you want to interact with the database, there is something called as, from the Java side, there is something called as JDBC API is there. I told you what is API, guys. What is API? What do you mean by API? Application Program Interface. So, guys, if I'll tell you the exact point or the exact definition of the API, so that is nothing but it's the bridge, or I can say it's the connection point which will connect two applications. So, guys, what's your view about that? I am just asking you. Please research about it and come. So DB, whenever you are downloading the DB, something called as PostgreSQL, what is that? This is an application or something else? This is an application, na? Everyone, whenever you can install some software, whenever you can install, okay, that is comes under what? It's an application, app. Yes, very good. So what we are doing right now? Whenever we are writing our Java code in our Eclipse, we are creating what? We are creating also an application or not? Confirm me. We are creating also the application or not? Tell me, everyone. Yes or no? So, guys, think about it. Think about it, everyone. Everyone, think about it. Something called as something like one application is whatever we are using, one application. Whatever in the database is also one application. So, what is that JDBC is doing then? So, why we are calling it a JDBC API? Because this JDBC will connect with this JDBC will connect our application to the database application. So can I say this is the this point, or I can say this is the connection point where which will connect two applications or not? Two applications or not? So API work is like that, guys. API work is nothing but like that. Or what I can say, so it's nothing but say medium which will connect to application. With the help of the API, we can connect to applications. We can communicate with the two applications. Yes, this is the thing. In the same way, in the same way that we have already learned previously, in the same way, guys, in order to use the Hibernate, in order to use the Hibernate, or in order to uh, the same thing like in the JDBC, something called as some driver is there. From the Java side, there is something called as JDBC API is there. In the JDBC API, what are the things are there? The classes and interfaces are there, but there is no what is there? There is nothing in the JDBC. There is no implementation. But in the driver manager, but in the driver class, there is all the implementations are present. Whatever the interfaces and class are present in the JDBC API. All the like implementations are present in the driver. In the same way, here also, in order to make use of the Hibernate, in order to make use of the Hibernate, there is something from our Java side. One API is present. That name is called as JPA. What is that? JPA. What is the full form of the JPA? The full form of the JPA is nothing but called as Java Persistent API. Got it, everyone? What is that? Java Persistence API. Getting, everyone? Everyone getting? To interact with the database, there is from Java side one API is present, that is called as JDBC. To interact with the Hibernate, if I want to interact with the Hibernate framework, there is one API is present. That API is nothing but called as JPA, Java Persistence API. Everyone done? Got it or not? If you are not confirm, if you will not confirm, then I'll move. Then I'll not move forward. Everyone getting or not? Tell me first of all. Any doubt? Any problem is there? Ask me here. Hmm. Hmm. From the Java side, there is something called as one API is present called as Java Persistence API, which will connect to the Hibernate. The same way in the JDBC, is there any implementation in the JDBC interface or in the JDBC API? Is there any like implementation is there? No, sir. Where is the implementation is there? Implementation is there on the DB vendors or the driver. In the same way, here also the JPA has something called as some abstract classes, some interfaces are present, but there is no implementation. Okay, but where is the implementation? Hibernate has the implementation. So if you will make use of the Hibernate, we can easily connect the Hibernate. Everyone getting my point or not? Yes, everyone. I want the response from the everyone. Response from everyone, guys, please. If you are not able to, if you are not able to, if you are not getting, just tell me no, sir. I am not getting. Can you please elaborate in this point? Give me the point. Otherwise, I can't tell you like in which point you have some problems. Got it, everyone? Okay, very good. Very good. Right now, so you already know about something called a JPA. JPA. So, the question you can ask me right now here, sir, sir, without using, without using JPA, can we make use of Hibernate, sir? Definitely you can use. Definitely you can use, guys. Okay, there is something, there is not like there is not totally the JDBC and the driver. Okay, you can, you can make use of that Hibernate directly, but there is something called as you need to first of all some what is that, the Hibernate jar file you have to download to the your application. In your application you need to import all these things, so many processes are there. So we are not something called as in when JPA is not got introduced from the Java side, they are making use of the Hibernate directly, directly. Okay, but it is not interactive. Like you need to write so many codes you need to write. But when the JPA already introduced from the Java side, we need not to write all this stupid, all this like I can say all these complex things to write, because JDBC already JPA is there. JPA will write. Okay. So guys, in the JDBC, there is something called as you have written all the queries in a SQL format. Yes or no? In a SQL query, you need to write and you need to send that SQL query. Yes or no? Everyone, yes or no? Yes, sir. So if it is yes, but in the Hibernate or in the this JPA, there is something called as two things are there. Whenever they directly use that Hibernate, there is something called as HQL is there. What is that? HQL. SQL, structured query language. There is something called as HQL, Hibernate query language. And whenever Hibernate like whenever JPA introduced, there is something called as one new language came, that is called as Java Persistence Query Language. What is that? Java Persistence Query Language. I'm telling you guys, the HQL query and the JPQL query, all these things are same. There is nothing, some differences will be there. But if you'll ask me, sir, if is SQL query is same as Hibernate query language? No. Yes, sorry. Yes, it is. It is very very different. So many differences are there. I'll write whenever I'll write the query. I'll tell you what is that. So right now the point is to write or to give the notes of HQL. Right, guys? What is HQL? The question, what is HQL? Right, in your notes. Everyone. Right? What is HQL? Right. Written, guys, what is HQL? It's a powerful query language. It's a powerful Hibernate query language It's a powerful Hibernate query language provided by Hibernate, provided by Hibernate, provided by Hibernate, which is not dependent upon, which is not dependent upon any database, which is not dependent upon any database. HQL, the next point. HQL is similar to SQL. HQL is similar to SQL, but operates operates on object model, but it operates, the HQL will operates on object model, on object model rather than the relational model. Operates an object model rather than the relational model, because in the relational model whatever the things you have already seen, guys, I need not to explain all these things. You already seen how much difficulty, how much complex things you have written in the JDBC. I need not to explain. I think, I believe you already feel that. Yes or no? Yes. So you already got to know what is HQL, guys. You already got to know. Same as JPQL. JPQL, I need not to write for the JPQL again and again. Okay, you need not to worry about that JPQL. Okay, same thing. So from this, you are getting one point, guys. Tell me, is SQL okay? Whenever you are writing SQL query, and whenever you are writing something called, whenever you are making use of something called as Hibernate, something called as MySQL, some queries are different, guys. You don't know. Okay, whenever you use all these things, different database, something called as MongoDB, something called as PostgreSQL, something called as MySQL, something called as Oracle, their queries are little bit different. Tell me, suppose right now you have built one application using PostgreSQL. 5 years or 10 years, okay, 50 years, after 50 years you want to change your database, you want to change the database from PostgreSQL to Oracle or MongoDB, then what you need to do? Whatever the queries you have written in your Java, you need to change everything or not? Yes, sir. Why? Because there is some differences are there in the MongoDB application, like MongoDB database application. In the PostgreSQL Java database application, there is some differences in the queries. There are some differences in the queries. You need to write, or you need to like finish, like you need to create all these new things for the MongoDB, all the new query. But if you are making use of the Hibernate, okay, Hibernate has some queries that is called as HQL, that is Hibernate query language, which is not dependent upon any database. That means it's a generic query which can be understood by every database. Each database, any database will come, he can be able to understood. So that's why we are making use of this Hibernate. Getting any problem, any doubt is there, guys? Any doubt is there? Ask me. Any doubt is there? Ask me. If any doubt is there, ask me right here, right now, guys. I will solve your doubt, then I'll move forward. From that point, whatever I told you in the definition of the what is HQL, HQL language is not dependent upon any other database. Why? Because it's a generic form of the query. It's a generic query which can be understood by every database. Tell me right now, any problem, any doubt, anything is there? Just ask me, guys. I'm giving you time to ask me right now, right here, guys. Yes. Am I audible? Why it is used, sir? What is the purpose of the HQL? Apixa, I told you. What is the scenario I have given? Huh? Suppose you have right now created one application using PostgreSQL database. After 50 years, as the owner of the company, you want to change the application database. Okay, right now you have used something called as SQL. Okay, all the SQL queries you have written. Okay, whenever you are making use of the MongoDB, suppose after 50 years you want to use the MongoDB because it is very like I can say very efficient. That's why you are making use of the MongoDB. So when you will change the database, you need to change something called as all the queries part. You need to change something. But if you are making use of the Hibernate queries are not dependent upon any database. This query can be understood by the MongoDB. This query can be understood by the Oracle, MySQL. Anybody will come, he will be able to understand. So that's why you're making use of that. Because in the future also, if I'll change my database also, there'll be no issue. I need not to change anything. Guys, I'm telling you, every application they are right now making use of the entire application. Why you know? Because they are making the application in such a way that they are separating all the, like I can say, all the individuals, whatever the individuals they have merged before, that individuals they are right now separating. Why separating? Because they are making it generic. If one layer I will kick out from my application, one another layer I just want to input, I can easily input. Why? Because I have made that layer generic. Okay, it will not affect the entire application. It will not affect the entire application. That's why they are making use of right now, right here, guys. Everybody in the modern, like in this modern I can say in the modern software languages, they are making use of the entire of application. Why, guys? Because they can easily kick out one layer from the application and they can easily merge it another layer. They can easily, that's why they are making use of this entire application. Because from our primitive days, we have already seen they are making use of something called as one tier, then two tier, then three tier. Right now they are making use of entire. Why they are going to, they are moving forward to the entire application. This is the way, this is the like reason, this is the reason. That's why they are moving from these entire applications. Getting my point, everyone? So always think about it, what is happening actually there. They are making our all these applications becomes easy. In any time, any moment, they can change, they can easily merge within a shorter period of time. Okay, because if we are making use of the two tier application, how many days it will take, guys? We have to, like I can say, demolish all the application and we need to create new, and it will take one more year. But right now, tell me, guys, in which how many days you are getting one updation of your application? Huh? 2 days, 3 days, 15 days. Within 15 days, you are getting one updation. How it is possible? How they are adding so many features, like in only 2 days, 5 days, 15 days, 30 days? How? Tell me. Think about it. Is it possible? Huh? No. They have written that code like this. Okay. Everyone getting my point? Hmm? Bas. Okay. Fine. Okay. Right now, guys, you have already like getting a basic idea about the JPA, about the ORM, and what is the ORM tool we are making use of here, the Hibernate. You have already got all the ideas why we are making use of the Hibernate. Right now, we'll like discuss. Okay, so there is something called. Let me show you here. Fine. Is it visible to everyone, guys? Is it visible? My notepad. My notepad is visible to everyone? Yes? Yes or no, guys? Tell me. Okay, fine, fine. So, right now, I have told you many more differences, many more advantages of the Hibernate. That's why we are moving from the JDBC to the Hibernate. Yes or no? Yes, sir. The thing is, right now, we'll write, we'll explain, we'll discuss the proper differences between or the limitations of the JDBC. That's why we are moving from the JDBC to Hibernate. Yes or no? Yes. Everyone. So you already know like why they are mainly named it as Hibernate. But you should not tell like this, okay? I have told you this manner, like you can easily understand. So someone is see simple thing, okay? Someone came and told you some name, okay? So if I will ask you guys why the scientists named the Earth Earth, why not other name? So you will tell sir you are asking some silly question and I can't give the answer for that. So if my parents will give me one name, that means like if I'll ask you why your parents is given this name only, so you are a like fool. Yes or no? But guys, there is some logic. There is some like I can say whatever inventions are there, either they're based upon the scientist, either that based upon the environment, the city, anything like this. The same way they created this hibernate. Fine. You'll get to know. Like when you'll get to know, when you'll go to the spring, there you will get to know why they are making the concept at spring. The thing is there, guys. Simple thing that you need to always remember. Okay, fine. Let us don't go for that. Right now, we'll make you just making the difference. What are the differences between the JDBC and something called as the Hibernate? We'll see that. So, right, huh? Uh, in the middle of the notes, write a draw a line. Yes, draw a line to separate two individuals of JDBC and Hibernate. Yes, from the left side that is JDBC, from the right side that is Hibernate. Yes, first point of the JDBC. What is the first limitations of the JDBC? Right, I'm telling you. I'll not write here. I'll not guide you here. Okay, because it will take more time. Okay, write it. Am I clearly audible to everyone? So if I'll clear to everyone, then you can easily write. Easily, no need to guide. Okay? Yes, very good. Right. Hmm. In the JDBC, in the JDBC, we need to write in the JDBC, we need to write a significant boilerplate code. Right. In the JDBC, we need to write a significant boilerplate code for individual operations. For individual operations. That is correct or not? So you can ask me, sir, what do you mean by boilerplate code? Boilerplate code is nothing, guys, but the common which is for everyone. The common which is for everyone. For every operation, for inserting, for updation, for deletion, for I can say yes. Someone raise his red audio request. Tukaram or someone who is that? Some ah what is that person? Tukaram. Yes. Okay, Gauri. Fine. Guys. Right, right. What is that? In the JDBC. In the JDBC. Read that. In the JDBC. We need to write a significant boilerplate code for individual operations. So, boilerplate code means what, sir? Common, which is common for everyone. Tell me, for insertion, that 5 steps are common or not? Yes, common. Creation of connection, load a register, something create a statement, execute the statement, close the connection. It is for everyone or not? For inserting, for updation, for deletion, for fetching, or for like selecting the queries. Okay, for everything, guys, it the 5 steps are mandatory or not? Yes, sir. That is nothing but the boilerplate code, the common plate code, the common things. Nothing is there. What is boilerplate code? Getting? So, what is that you need to tell in a technical way whenever you will explain why I am giving you these notes, because it is very important, guys. Whenever you will explain to the in front of the interview or in front of the interviewer, you should always tell him in a technical way so that he can understand. In some portion, he will ask, "Hey, can you please give me one real time example?" There you can take the real time example. Let us take whatever I have already taken. Like that you can take, like something called as that car. What is that car? Some cable car. Yes, cable car is there. You can make use of that. Hey, can you please give me one real time example for the JDBC cons, like 5 steps? Yes, sir. Why not? Let us take that rope. Rope is nothing but a driver, which was already developed, creating the connection. All these things you can easily like relate. Give the real-time application means how can you relate the concept with the Java? That is the thing. You need to make use of that. Okay. The common sense you have to make use there. Okay. Nothing is there. When they'll say some real-time application of the JDBC, you will tell, sir, in the Flipkart application, there is something called as they have already used sir JDBC. There only I already know that. You will ask like who told you? Your uncle is there. No, this is not the case. How you how your concept will interact, or how the concept will related to your explanation or some real-time objects, that is the thing they will ask you, guys. There is nobody will tell you that yes, Flipkart is only doing that, they only using that PostgreSQL or that MySQL database. Nothing. Nobody will tell. That is very secret, and that will be not revealed to the market. I'm telling you, guys. Okay. So getting first point, what is the first limitation of the JDBC? JDBC is a low level API. Okay, like write it also. JDBC is the second point. JDBC is a low level API. JDBC is a low level API. Why it is a low level API? Because for writing the, like, for every individual operation we need to write the significant complex code, complex boilerplate code. That's it. Written in your word, just write, or otherwise whatever I told you, that is also correct. Fine. Next point. In the next side, like in the right side of the Hibernate, write it. It's a it's a hmm, efficient framework. It's a efficient framework. What is the difference between the JDBC and the like Hibernate? JDBC is a API, sir. Hibernate is a framework, sir. The API and frameworks are totally different, guys. Okay, are totally different. Framework is different, application is different, API is different. Framework it means what? Framework means some modular code has already been written in a structured way. We are making use of that for developing our application. Application means what? Application means what? Where mainly the three layers will be there. What is that? Front end, back end, business logic layer. What do you mean by API? API is nothing but, sir, what? It is the medium which will connect between, which will connect two applications. You have to always keep in your mind such simple things. If you already know this thing, that is very well, but you need to like whenever you are explaining, you need to tell in a more technical way. That's it. Fine, but your understanding should be like this. Getting my point? Next thing. Yes, everyone. Second, like in the other side of the Hibernate, right? It's a efficient framework. It's a efficient framework which was which was built on which was built on the top of the JDBC, which was built on the top of the JDBC, which was built on the top of the JDBC, which was built on the top of the JDBC. So guys, there is something one point we are getting here. What is that, sir? Hibernate is a efficient framework which was built on the JDBC API. Why he is telling like that? So I already told you yesterday, everyone, sir, it's already done. Means, sir, internally the Hibernate is also making use of the JDBC, sir. Okay, so in order to explaining, I yesterday I remember I explained you something called as it will the framework will provide you something called as a higher amount of abstraction. Yes, yes, I already told you. Yes or no? Yes, it's provide you a high level of abstraction. There only I told you guys. What is that? It's internally uses. It's internally using that 5 steps, the Hibernate in a efficient way, but it is not giving you the functionality. It is not showing you. It is giving you the functionality. Sorry, it is giving you the functionality to do all these operations, but it will provide you some methods, something like for save, something called as persist method. Okay, for some different operation, different methods are there. But he is providing the implementation, whatever the queries he is writing internally, he is providing it to you. No, so that is the high level of abstraction. I told you yesterday. I remember. Okay, so there is something called as what the Hibernate is a efficient framework which was built on the JDBC. That means it is internally. It is internally. You can tell, sir, JDBC is different, Hibernate is different. No, whatever the JDBC internally, the Hibernate is also making use of the JDBC only. The Hibernate is making use of the JDBC, but as it's a framework, it is making our work easy. That's it. Nothing need to tell other things. Okay, you will become more confused when you will take some difficult words or technical words. No, not at all required. Getting my point? Fine. Next, the second point of the JDBC, the limitations of the JDBC. Second point, right? Sir, in the JDBC, in order to create a table as a developer, I need to create a table. As I want to create a column, I need to create a column. As I want to give the data type of the column, who will give the who will give the data type? The developers will give the data type, sir. Write that in your own words, or I am telling you, I am guiding you. Just write developers have to write developers have to write custom codes. Developers have to write custom codes to custom codes to map the data to map the data between the relational model, to map the data in the database. To map the data in the database. Like I'm first of all I'm giving you the you need to create the query, you need to create how can you inserting the data to the database. That's first thing. In the other, like in the right, in the right side in the Hibernate, write it. hibernate will provide Hibernate will provide a more convenient way. Hibernate will provide a more convenient way to store the data, to store the data in the database, to store the data in the database. Then next point in the JDBC. In the next point in the JDBC, right? There is something called here for creating one table in the JDBC. Developers has to create. Developers have to create the table, alter the table. Developers have to create the table, alter the table for columns, They will also need to create the columns, and they need to provide the individual data types for every columns. Repeat. Okay, okay. No issue. Oh, right. Here the developers. Here the third point. Now third point. Right. Here the developers have to write. Here the developers have to write their own code, or here the developers has to create the table, create the column. Here the developers has to create the table, create the column, and mention the data type, and mention the data type manually, manually in the database, manually in the database. Done. Third point. Come to the Hibernate side. Come to the Hibernate side. Hibernate automates. Hibernate automates all the DDL queries. Hibernate automates all the DDL queries. That means automatic table creation, automatic column creation according to the data, automatic table creation, automatic column creation according to the data by the Hibernate. Done. Everyone done. Fourth point. This is the fourth point. Then, sorry, third point. No, third point. Third point in the Hibernate side. Let us go to the fourth point in the JDBC. Right. Here in the JDBC, you need to, here in the JDBC, you need to write, or you need to handle, sorry, you need to handle all the checked exception. You need to handle all the checked exception. But in the right side case, Hibernate side, fourth point, in the Hibernate, by using Hibernate, you need not to handle any checked exception. You need not to handle any checked exception. In the Hibernate, by using Hibernate, you need not to handle any checked exception. Done. This was the fourth point or fifth point, guys? Fifth point or fourth point? Huh? This was the fourth point or fifth point? Okay, fourth point now. Come to the fifth point. In the JDBC, compared to Hibernate, compared to Hibernate, it is not efficient. It is not a efficient API. Coming to the Hibernate, coming to the Hibernate, it is very efficient. It is very efficient compared to JDBC. Pravalika, nothing is there, right? In the JDBC, compared to Hibernate, the JDBC API is, compared to Hibernate, JDBC API is not efficient, is not efficient. But in the Hibernate side, just right, compared to JDBC, it is very, very efficient. Compared to JDBC, it is very, very efficient. One more beautiful thing is there, okay? I'll tell you, write that. In the JDBC, guys, ma'am, just give me 1 minute. Let me finish all the differences, okay? They are writing, ma'am. Yes, the last point, what is that? Right? The JDBC has no inbuilt caching mechanism. In the JDBC, there is no inbuilt caching mechanism, but in the Hibernate, it has its own. But in the Hibernate, it has its own inbuilt caching mechanism. I'll tell you what is caching mechanism later. Let yes, ma'am. Now you can proceed with the announcement.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, guys. This is Vashita from Announcement Team. Am I audible to everyone? Guys, am I audible to everyone? Okay. So, guys, this is generic requirement. Both, even development students can also register. So, please take a snap of this. It is only for fresher 2021 to 23 passed out students can register. So, I'll move to another requirement. So, guys, this is test center requirement. So I'll move to another requirement. So this is development requirement, and the last requirement interview date is on 5th or 6th. It may be on 5th or it may be on 6th. So if you're comfortable with the location and if you completed these topics JavaScript, SQL, and React.js, so you can register in percentage. Any aggregate percentage fine in 10th 12th degree, it should be 60 percentage and above. So after completing your class, check out with all the requirements. If you're suitable for development or generic test center requirement, so please drop a message in the QTalk app to Ankita and Havinash, your name, contact number along with the company code. Okay. So I'll stop sharing the screen. So guys, and I've shared you the new batches. So guys, everyone taken the screenshot? Okay. So guys, I'll share the screen again. So please take a snap. So I'll stop sharing the screen. So Vaishnav, you have to contact to the technical team. For others, it is visible. I will be sharing with the technical team in the broad technical team. So Apeksha, if you completed advanced Java, at least 80 to 90% of course, so you can attain the advanced Java project class. Okay. So guys, and I've shared you the new batches, aptitude and aptitude, as you know, parallelly everyone can attend. There's a no pre-requesting for that. Aptitude grooming session. It is for the students those who have registered your name for the company. So you have to attend the grooming session without fail. It's a mandatory, guys. Okay. If you're completed aptitude or if you're not completed, if you're pursuing, so you have to attend the grooming session. It is based on aptitude. Okay. So please save the links and attend the classes regularly. Any doubts? Okay, so these are the update for the today's class. Thank you guys. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So, guys, we have already learned what are the differences between the JDBC application and the Hibernate. And these limitations are there in the JDBC. That's why we are moving from the JDBC to the Hibernate framework. Okay. And if you want to write some differences, two differences, like simple differences, JDBC is very time consuming. If you make use of the JDBC, it is very time consuming. But as compared to JDBC, the Hibernate is so fast. Okay, the Hibernate is so fast. First thing. The second thing, the JDBC is like the same way. The same way. This is not a like another differences. But you can write it's a lazy loading. Like it will give you like it will load, it'll provide you a lazy loading process, but in the Hibernate it'll provide you a efficient process, efficient loading process, right? Yes, these are the simple differences between the JDBC. So right now, if anyone will ask you why you are moving from the JDBC to Hibernate, you can easily explain or not, every one of you. If I'll ask tomorrow, and are you able to tell me what are the why you are moving from the JDBC to Hibernate? This is the main question they will ask everyone. They'll ask what is ORM, which tool we are using, making use of that. From Java side, what is the API? That's why we can make use of that. Like we can easily interact with the Hibernate. That is something called as JPA. What is the query language that was used by the Hibernate? There is something called as Hibernate query language. Who is very efficient in manner? Hibernate query language or SQL? There is something called as Hibernate query language. Why? They will ask because Hibernate is not dependent upon any other databases. So it is very efficient than the SQL queries. Very good. Yes or no? Everyone, you should answer like that. Always, first of all, think. Okay. And more explore about all these things. More explore. You will get better idea. It's not about only whatever I'll spoon feed you that you need to only keep in your mind. Not like that. If you want to be a good developer, you should be more research. Like you should more research all this subject. Okay. Koji, you know what do you mean by Koji? Research. That the English meaning, the English word is nothing but research. If you'll research on every subject, every topic, every word also, okay, if you research you'll get better idea. And even if I'll tell you guys, all the word whatever I used in my class, all the words I vividly like checked, yes, it is the suitable term for my students or not, it is simple or not, it's in a technical way or not. You need to make use of like that. You need to always more, whenever you are telling something, first of all listen whatever you're telling, that is correct or not. Fine. Let's move to the next concept. Huh. Right now, sir, we have already set up all this theory part. Let us, can you move to the practical part, guys? Practical part, how it is going to, how we will set up all these practical things in our project, how it is, how it will looks like, how the Hibernate looks like, how can we make use of that, what are the practical setups that we need to do here. So we'll make use of that or not? Yes, everyone will do that. But before going to that practical setup, I'll give you one structure, one basic diagrammatical structure, so that you can easily get all this thing in a simpler way. Like diagrammatic, if I'll give you a diagrammatic representation, what will happen? That will be always in your mind. Okay. So something here, guys. It is visible to everyone. Is it visible to everyone? Fine. Yes, very good. See, confirm me. Is it visible? My screen is visible? No, not at all. Just a second. Let me. Hmm. Yes, right now. Is it visible? Right now, is it visible to everyone? To everyone? Yes, very good. See. Yes, yes, everyone. Fine. See. So, suppose let us take this is my what? This is my Java. This is my Java application. Okay. And there is something called as one tool is present. That tool name is nothing but called as what, guys? Hibernate, sir. Hibernate. Okay. So what we told, guys? Hibernate was built on the top of JDBC. So internally, the Hibernate is making use of what, guys? JDBC. Okay. So JDBC and something called as we'll write that JDBC, and here my driver is there. My Hibernate will connect to the driver, and the driver, just a second, driver will connect to the DB. DB. Fine. Done. Everyone, everyone visible, everyone visible. Okay. This is my Java application. The request will, whenever will do any operation, the request will go to the Hibernate. Hibernate internally uses JDBC, so it will do all this thing. And from the JDBC, it will go to the driver. Okay. And from the JDBC, all the protocols and conventions will go to the all the, like I can say the query will go to the driver, and the driver will take these protocols and conventions and query to the DB, and inside the DB it will execute, and after execution it will move, return back the query to the Hibernate. Okay. So the thing is, I as I'm a developer, previously I have already directly I have used the JDBC concept, but right now I will not use the JDBC concept. I will not use the JDBC concept directly. I will only interact with the Hibernate. Who is the person I will interact with them? I will interact with the only Hibernate. Hibernate is something called as what? Something called as some ready-made utility. Ready-made utility, that means what? Some ready-made code, some ready-made methods are present. By making use of that, we can easily do all these things internally. What he is doing, why we'll learn? Huh? Because it is internally doing what? JDBC. We already know what is JDBC concept. Okay, so let him do now. Let him do. Why we are making our things so complex? No. So he has already given us what is that? Ready-made utility means ready-made methods, ready-made interfaces. He has already given us. So why we are making use of that? And if I'll tell you something called a JPA, where is JPA is present? It is from the Java side. What is that? Java Persistence API. Okay. So JPA will do what? JPA has some interfaces and abstract classes. What is their interfaces and abstract classes? Okay. SC and I. Interfaces and abstract classes are there, but it has no it has no implementation. Where the implementation is present? The implementation is present in the Hibernate tool, sir. So what we are making use of here? We are making use of these two things, that is called as JPA and something called as Hibernate. Okay, so from the Java means from the Java side, from JPA only the request will go. As per the implementation, the Hyperlink will implement, and internally it is use JDBC, and from the JDBC it will go to, it will take all the protocols and convention to the driver. The driver will carry all these things, carry all the what, some protocols, some conventions, something called as some queries. It will take this query and it will go to the database. Inside the database, it will execute and it will return back all this result to the Hibernate. Then the Hibernate will give to the JPA. The JPA will show to us in the console. Done. Simple concept. Getting everyone one idea, one basic structure, one basic diagrammatical structure. Everyone. Everyone, I want the response from everyone. Am I audible? Am I visible clearly to everyone? Hey boss, hey Didi, am I audible, visible, understood everyone? Huh? Everyone understood? Confirm me. After execution by database, what happens, sir? Kalyani ma, always, what is the things you need to always keep in your mind? Three things. What is that? Something called as, huh? What is that? First of all, your work dedication. Second one, perseverance. Third one, patience. Make patience. Okay. I'll tell you why you're worrying about this thing. Everyone understood? Yes. Fine. Right now, we'll making use of something called as, how can you set off? Huh? Yes or no? How can you set off? Nothing is there. You can easily set up all this code. But let me tell you how to set up. Huh? Let me tell you how to set up. Yes or no, guys? Hmm. Everyone, let's see how to set up. Yes. Okay. 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 Everyone, fine. So for setup, guys, you want everyone will follow my GitHub account. Okay. Everyone will search in the Google something called as GitHub. In the GitHub account, my GitHub account is there. Okay, there only you'll get one configuration. Okay, I'll tell you all this thing. But fundamentals, let us write fundamentals. Create, like, write in your note, fundamentals to create Hibernate Maven project. 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 Guys, right now, you will, whatever I'll do here, you will do that. Okay. According to me, you have to do that. But after my class, what you need to do? Already JDBC, or for the JDBC, you have whatever the code you have already written. Okay. You will not merge all this, like your code will becomes messy. For that, what you need to do? You need to create a different workspace. Don't ask me, sir, how to create the workspace. It's your, as a developer, it's your duty. By hook or crook, you need to create one workspace for your Eclipse. If you are not able to do that, use that, in the same Eclipse, do that. No issue for me. But don't ask me like how you have to create the another workspace. It's so many videos are there, so many books are there. You can easily, your friends, all these things are there, or you can contact with the technical team. Okay, from the Jet Spider, because if I'll do all these things, I can't finish my class. Okay, fine. After my class, you need to do that. You need to create one another workspace. Right now, how can we create something called as the Maven project, the Hibernate Maven project? What are the fundamental things that we need to create? So let me first of all create one Maven project. Okay, let me go to the Eclipse. Is it visible to everyone? Is it visible to everyone, guys? Is it visible to everyone? Just a second. Okay. Visible? Visible to everyone? Yes. First of all, what happened? What happened? I am not audible. Am I audible to all of you? Is my screen is visible? Hmm. Yes, fine. Fine. See here, guys. See. Suppose I right now I am in the page of the Eclipse Advanced. Okay. In the advanced page. In this advanced page, something called as what you know. Something called as you need to go for this here in the package explorer. Okay, here you need to right click on it. Okay, right click on it. Okay, or otherwise you can go to the new. See here you're getting here. If I'll tell you, just a second. Let us making use of magnifier. Guys, see here getting everyone. What is there? Here is something called as one file is there. Click on that. Here something called as some project, Java project is there. So as I am not creating a simple Java project, so let me click on the project. Everyone, it is visible. Yes, fine. Project. When I'll go to this, when I'll click on that Java project, you will get like this, guys. Okay, you will get like this one page. You will get like this one page. What is the page? Okay, something called as, it is asking me if you are not getting this type of Maven project thing, you need to search here. Okay, what you need to search? Maven. Okay, when you search the Maven, you will get something called as Maven project. Click on that. Okay, after clicking on that, what you need to do? Go to the next point. Here is something called as one next button will be there. Click on next. Okay, when you click on next, it is redirecting to another page. Okay, so here what you need to do, you need to create a simple project, because we are not creating one real-time project right now. We are creating one simple project. Click on this create a simple project and come here to the next button. Okay, here you need to click on the next. Then in the group id, same, you need to pass same. Okay, something called as com dot tyss, or something called as, let us take something called as qsp. Okay, qsp, and something called as, let us take sample. Okay, sample. In the artifact id, will making use of something called as sample hibernate. Sample hibernate. Getting everyone? Everyone getting what I'm doing? Here I'm creating one artifact ID, something called as sample hibernate. Okay, fine. So this is my project name. Artifact ID is nothing but my project name, sample hibernate. Okay, or first hibernate. Let us create first hibernate. Give the name as first hibernate. You can write it in a, like, always it is recommended that you need to always making use of smaller case. Let us write. Okay, first first okay, first hibernate. Done, everyone. Let us move to the, what you know, finish. Okay, there is something called as, what you need to do? Finish. Okay, so see guys, when you'll finish that, it will take some time. See, building. Okay, some time it will take in the right corner, in the right lower corner, guys. It will take some time for loading, for creating that project. Okay, it will take some time. Fine. The same way. How can you create the Maven project? The same way. Okay. There is something called it. See here, first Hibernate. See guys, my first Hibernate has been created or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Hmm. My Hibernate has been created or not? See here. My first Hibernate has been created or not? Yes, sir. It's already created. So right now, what I have to do? The thing is, if I want to interact with my database, first of all, what I need to do? I need to go for the marvinrepository.com. Inside the Marvin repository, there is something called as driver dependencies are there. I need to take the driver dependency and I need to merge here in the pom.xml. Yes or no? Yes. Very good. Let us do the same thing here. Let us do the same thing here. What I need to do? Let us go to the Maven repository. Okay. Let us go to Maven repository.com. Yes, mavenrepository.com here. Right now here we have to search something called as what? PostgreSQL, because we are making use of the PostgreSQL. Okay. So search the PostgreSQL, search it here. Okay. Search it here. Hmm. Search it here. Here in the something called as PostgreSQL driver is there. Click on that. Okay. Go to, just a second. Go to this 4.42.6.0. This is the latest version, and most of the person has already used. So what do you need to do? You need to copy it. You need to copy it. Okay, you need to copy it and paste it where? Paste it in the pom.xml. Okay, okay. See here, here you need to do what? Something called as, let me open magnifier. You will not able to understand. See guys, in the Hibernate, see, there is something, some versions in the pom.xml, some codes are there. What you need to do? You need to, right here, you need to making use of something called as, but it's same thing. Okay, what is that? What is the tag name? Dependencies. See, dependencies is there. Yes, the tag is there. Inside this dependencies tag, what you need to pass? Whatever you have copied from the maven.repository, you need to paste it. Pasted everyone? Yes, everyone pasted. See, everyone pasted or not? Yes. Right now, in order to make it more like structurized, Control Shift F, and it's already there. Okay, it's in a structured manner or not, guys? It's in a structured manner or not? Everyone, in a structured manner or not? Yes, fine. Everyone fine. Done. Next. So, sir, I have already added one dependencies. I have already added one dependencies. But there is something called what you know. If you want to making use of the Hibernate, you need to make use of that. How can you make use of that? So you need to add the dependencies for the Hibernate, because you want to use that framework. How can you use that? There is something called as some Hibernate core dependencies are there. Let me show you that in the Maven repository. Let us go to the Maven repository. Okay, and here something called as, let us back. Come. Huh. Here in the post, here you have searched for the PostgreSQL or not. Here you need to search here something called as Hibernate core. Okay, see here, HIBERNATE hyphen core, HIBERNATE hyphen core, CORE. Done, everyone? Written. And right now you need to search here. When you search, guys, the first Hibernate ORM core, there is something called as 186 usages. Okay, that's why we are not making use of that first one. Let us move to the second one, Hibernate core relocation. Okay, go to that. Okay, in that Hibernate core relocation, there is something called as, let us don't go for this 6.3.1 final because the uses is very less, guys. Okay, the uses is very less. Let us move to the stable one, something called as 6.1.5. Let us move to the here 5.6.15. There is something called as 184 usages are there. Okay, let us make use of that. Okay, why? Because that this is very stable. Why? Because most of the person has already used this. Okay, so let us take this. Okay, first I will click on that, and the same way, however you have already done, however you copied the PostgreSQL, the same way you have to copy the dependency Hibernate core. Okay, fine, done. Right now, let us move to where? Let us move to the where? In the pom.xml. So, sir, in the dependencies tag, one dependency is there or not? Yes, sir, one dependency is there. Can I put here one more dependency? Yes, why not? You can put. So as I'm using right now Hibernate dependency also, I need to add my Hibernate dependency. Pasted here, make it resizable like structure in a structure way. Control Shift F. Okay, right now see, this is my, it is giving you in the comment line. See guys, how can you get to know? So it is something called as org.postgresql dependency, and this is something called as the org hibernate core dependency. Getting everyone? How can you easily get to know from the pom.docs xml what are the dependencies I have added? You can easily get to know or not? Yes, in the same way, in the artifact id also you can easily get, and what are the versions you are using, you can get it from the version tag. Getting everyone? In same way, in the PostgreSQL you can also get the version tag. Any problem, any doubt till now? Any doubt guys right now? Tell me, any doubt, guys? Any doubt? No? Have you added? Have you added like this? Very good. Very good. You want more time to add this dependency, guys? You want more time to add this dependency? Tell me. No? It's done? Very good. Very good. Let us let us move to the next concept. But sir, what happened? How to structure in the pom.xml? Control Shift F at a time. You need to press Control Shift F. Getting Kalyani? Control Shift F. Fine. Okay. Right now, let us move to the Hibernate here. So, sir, I have already added only JRE system library is there, but there is no Maven dependencies. Yes or no? Why? Because I have not saved yet. So let me save. Control S. See, sir, Maven dependencies has been created, and inside this Maven dependencies, there is two things will be there. See, something called as PostgreSQL is there. See, let me show you in the magnifier. Hmm. Let me show you just a second. See guys, there is something called as, yes, PostgreSQL jar file is there or not? Yes, it is there. And there is something called as Hibernate core is there or not? Yes. Whatever the dependency you will put inside the Maven or in the pom.xml, every structurized or every jar file or every, I can say, every what is that, uh, some college what some framework, something college, some interfaces and classes, whatever the things will be there, they will put, they will store inside your project. They will store inside your project. Okay, because you are building one application, you are making all this, you making all this framework, all this API you usable, and you are developing one application. That's why we need to do what, we need to add all these dependencies to our pom.xml. Fine. Done? Okay. Right now, what I need to do, sir, sir, in the PostgreSQL, whenever I have used that, okay, in the pom.xml, whenever I've used that, something called as my string value, something called as my like URL. What is the location of the driver? What is the location of the database? What is the storage layer, security storage layer, user ID, password, all these things. Sir, where you need to do with that all these things? You already told you need not to write all these 5 steps. What do we have to do then? Where we'll get to, where we'll write all this information, all this database configuration, where we'll write that? This is the first thing that you need to always keep in your mind. Where whenever I'm interacting with my database, the thing what is there, the configuration is what? Three configuration, oh sorry, four configuration is there. What are the four configuration? The location of the database, the user ID, the password, and the driver. These four things where I need to like write in my project. This is, I have already created my first Hibernate project, but where I need to, where boss, where I need to write all the configuration. Yes or no? Yes. So that's why you can Google it also from the Google or from browser. And if you're not able to get that, you can follow my something called as my GitHub account. Okay, let me tell you my GitHub account, guys. Okay, here's something called as oh, just a second. So see, guys, there is something called uh, github.com github.com Sangram 150800. Okay, this is my GitHub account. Okay, enter it. Okay, so you will get like this one page. You will get like this one page, guys. Fine, everyone. So there is something called as you need to go where you need to something one page is there, one file is there, something called as configuration files. Okay, what is that? Configuration files. Click on that configuration files. Click on that configuration files. Okay. So here, when you click on the configuration files, there is something two files you will get here. Two files you will get here. What are the two files, guys? What are the two files? There is something called as PostgreSQL persistence file.txt or something called as Spring Core XML config.txt. You need not to worry about the Spring Core. Right now, you will make use of what? The PostgreSQL persistence file.txt. Okay, just click on that. Just click on that. When you click on that, okay, sometimes just a second, it is loading, I think. See, you will get a boilerplate code or something called as one code you will get here. See, some things are there. You need not to worry about this thing. What you need to do, you need to copy it. You need to copy it like this also. You can copy, otherwise you can copy it like this also. Okay, copy the raw file, copy it also, fine. Okay, no issue. Whatever the way you want to do, you just do it. Okay, copy this from my GitHub account. You need to do what? You need to copy this file. You need to copy this file. And what you need to do after copying this file, you have to go the project, your project is there, no? The project is there. What we need to do here, you need to do what? Something called as src main GitHub account. There is something called see github.com/github.com/sangram sangram sangram 150800 150800 150800. Click on that. Click on that. Like this page you will get, guys. Okay, something called as some git practice, array list, some git task, so many things will you get. Okay. Am I audible? Sorry for that, guys. I already told you the yes, yes, yes. Everyone, is it visible to everyone right now? Yes. Okay, guys. Okay. Sorry for that. Hmm. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, visible. Okay, let me share the screen. Then you will be able to. Yes. Is it visible too? Pooja, there is nothing to do here. Go to the Chrome. There only search. There is something called as I am here. I'm giving you the URL also. Okay. Here also I'm giving the URL. github.com/Sangram 150800. Fine. github.com/Sangram 150800. Got it? After getting it, there is something called as one thing you will get here. What is the that? What is that? Something different files will be there. Git practice, array list, unit, India Mart project final, something git task, something called as configuration files. Okay. What you need to do? What you need to do? Here, you need to click on the configuration files. There is something called as, if you are not getting the configuration files, you can search it here also. You can search it. Okay. There is no issue. Fine. Done? Everyone done or not? Tell me. Getting configuration file. Getting configuration file. Click on the configuration file. Click on the configuration file. There is something called as PostgreSQL persistent file.txt. PostgreSQL persistent file.txt. Persistent file.txt. Done? Persistence file.txt. Click on this PostgreSQL persistent.file.txt. When you click on that, it will give you something. It will provide you. It will redirect to you, redirect to a different page, and there is something called as what one beautiful code will be there. Okay, some persistence file will be there. You need not to ask me right now what is that, what will by taking all these things, what I need to do. You need not to ask me right now here. Tomorrow I'll tell you why we are required, why you require this persistent XML file. What is that persistent XML file? What are all these things? What tags are present? What are all these things? Of you need not to worry about this thing. You need not to panic. Okay, just copy it. How can you copy? In two way you can copy. By like this, you can select and copy. Otherwise, there is something called as one option will be there. One option will be there. Right? Am I audible to everyone? Is my voice breaking right now? Yes. Yes, Apexa. Sorry. Why I don't know, guys. See, every time, like tomorrow also, in this particular time, I think 8:34, 8:40. In this particular time, this type of issue becomes more like high. Yes or no? Same way, like today also, same is going on. Why I don't know, guys. Like my internet is stable also, fine. This is very fine. Why like that? See, like it's already 1:40. Okay, it's already fine. It's going well. Okay, is it visible to everyone? Audible? Sorry, audible? Everyone audible? Yes, yes, yes. Just a second. Guys, everyone? Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Yes. Not audible. Right now also not audible. Guys, Shraddha, not audible right now. Everyone confirm me. Is it I'm audible or not? Hmm. Audible now, no? Very good. Okay, only will do this process. Do only will set up this process and we will go. Okay, there is nothing we need to explain or discuss. Okay, we have already done so many things. Fine. So, so what you need to do, guys? Okay, what you need to do? Fine. So already you have copied, guys. Do I need to repeat the process right now? Already you have copied from my GitHub account or not, guys? Already you have copied. Everyone copied from my GitHub account. Just confirm me, everyone. I don't want. I just ask. I am not asking only the particular person or Apexa or Esma. Okay, I want the confirmation message from everyone. You have copied or not? You have already got that persistent.xml file or not? Getting everyone done? Yes, all I have to copy. All the code you need to copy here. See here what I have done. What I have done? Tell me. I have copied all this file or not? I have copied this file or not? Tell me. Copied now. So same thing you need to do. Copy this file. Guys, is it visible? My screen is visible. Huh. After copying that, where I need to paste here. So I have already told you, sir, internally it is happening. All this process is internally happening. When it will create the connection or when it is load the driver, all these things, internally it is happening. So we'll not write outside of our code, will not write the URL, will not write the like user ID or password will not give. So that's why there is something called as in the Eclipse in our project, there is something called as see here SRC main resources. Okay, let me show you that the magnifier. Hmm. See here, guys. So there is something called SRC main resources there. Yes, you're getting something SRC main resource. Yes, give me confirmation message, guys. Yes, SRC main resource. Okay, so here you need to what you need to do. You need to do something called as you need to right click on it. When you right click on it, go to the new. Okay, go to the new. In the new, there is something called as you need to do what you need to create one folder. Okay, you need to create one folder. See where is the folder is present here. The folder, is it visible to everyone? Is it visible to everyone? Let me first of all see. Is it visible? Is it visible to everyone? Very good, very good. So see here, see here. One more. Okay, see. What you need to do? See, here is my SRC main resource. Okay, in the SRC main resource, right click on it and you need to create one folder here. So if you want to create one folder, go to the new and let us come to something called as folder. See, here is the folder is there or not? Yes. So click on the folder. When you click on the folder, guys, you will get like this one page. See, new folder, you will get like this one page. Getting everyone? So here you need to give the name something called as meta inf. What is the folder name, guys? Meta meta hyphen inf. Meta meta hyphen inf. Any problem? Any problem with the meta inf? What is the folder name? Meta hyphen inf. Meta hyphen inf. And what you need to do? You need to finish. Okay, finish. See. After finishing, see, guys, in the src main resource, there is one folder has been created that is called as what? Meta inf. Getting everyone? Any doubt right now? Any doubt is there? How to create a folder inside this main src main resource? Any doubt? Any doubt is there? Let me check first of all. Any doubt is there? No? Very good. Right now. Right now, what I need to do? What I need to do? Okay. So inside this meta inf folder, guys, inside this meta inf folder, what I need to do? I need to create my persistence.xml file. What I need to do? I need to create something, one file called as persistence.xml file. Let us go to this, right click on this meta inf, right click on meta inf and click on the new. Click on the new. When you will click on the new, when you will click on the new, you will get something called as folder, annotations, classes, packages. There is something called as file. We are getting one file or not? File option. Okay, click on the file. Click on the file. After clicking on the file, you will get like one page. One page you will get like this. One page you will get like this. Here you need to do what? You need to create one beautiful file name, that is something called as persistence, okay, dot xam, actually xml. Persistence, persistence dot xml file you need to create. Okay, persistence dot xml. These them should be always you have to create. You can't give something called as resma.xml, something called as apexa.xml, something called as vehicle, something called as car, something called as sample, something called as test. No. What do you need to give? You need to give only persistence.xml. Why you have to give persistence.xml? And you have to always see all this will be in a lowercase, and the extension will be always XML. Fine? Because Hibernate will only understand this file. When we will run the code, it will only search for this file. If this file will be there, he will go to that file, he will take the configuration and he will go. Otherwise, he will not do anything. He will give you some errors. He will be not able to create the connection. Fine. So what is that? persistence dot xml you need to create and you need to finish. That's it. When you'll finish, when you'll finish, see in the persistent.xml, there is nothing right now. It is giving you some errors. It is giving you some errors. Whatever you have copied, whatever you have copied from the GitHub account, some doubt is there. I think some problems is there. That's why some. Let me see. That code we need to paste here, sir. Yes, Resma. You need to paste the code here. Okay. You need to paste the code here. So paste. Right now, you have already you have pasted the code here. Right now you have already pasted the code here. This is the set of that you need to made in order to use the Hibernate. Here you need to do what? Control S set. Okay, Control S. Is there any error right now in the meta inf or in the persistent.xml? There is any error? Not. No error is there. Getting? So in the tomorrow's concept, we'll see what is this persistent.xml, what are the in the persistent.xml, why we are making use of all these things, why we are creating this meta inf, why we are creating this persistent.xml in the resource file. All these things we'll discuss tomorrow. But this is the fundamental, like fundamentals to create the Hibernate Maven project. Done, everyone? Everyone done? Any doubt to create? Any doubt is there? Any doubt is there? No? Very good. So for today, you can leave for the day. Okay? You can leave for the day for today. We'll do all the rest of the all the remaining things tomorrow. Okay, you can leave for the day, guys. Already it's 9:03. You can leave for the day. If any doubt will be raised in your mind, you can ask me in the q talk. Okay, and some persons are there who has already asked me some like what you can say questions in the q talk. I'll see that images and I'll tell you what to do. Okay, I already told you what to do. I already asked you to give the things. Okay, give all these images. Okay, I already asked you something. Some Prabalika will be there and some persons are there. Okay, I'll do that, but any problem will occur, you will send me message in the q talk. Okay, fine, you can ping me. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Good night, everyone. I think I believe you already understood all this thing. Fine. Oh, JDBC notes. Okay, sorry, guys. JDBC notes I'll provide you after 3 to 4 days. Okay. So I have not some old notes are there, but I don't want to give that old notes to you guys. Okay. I'm preparing right now. I will give you after 3 to 4 days. I will provide you. Okay. Go. Yes, yes, I'll provide you, but give me some time, at least 3 to 4 days. Okay. On Saturday also, on Saturday I think I will share. Okay. On Saturday, in the next Saturday will come na. Next Saturday I will share to you guys. Okay. I have not prepared some updates will be there. What persons you need to use, all these things you need to write. Okay. So I'll share it to you. Fine. Okay. Bye. Bye everyone. Bye. You can leave for the day. You can leave for the day. Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Very good. Very good. Bye. 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 Bye.